All right, so rather than me record a whole nother video detailing me putting everything on an organized timeline, what I've done is I've just gone ahead and put the video clips that I had on a timeline and just showed you guys how I kind of structured it right here. Now, I know this might seem confusing, so don't worry about that. What I want you to just do is just look at some of the, I'm gonna talk a little bit about some of the elements that I used, and that way you can kind of think about that when you're starting to think about your project. So in the beginning, I had some B-roll here in which I just showed some aerial shots from a drone. You don't have to use anything like this, but this is just what I chose to do. I have the person for the interview, and then I have the clips of her answering the questions we talked about earlier. And then I have the sound, I have the audio clip. So this right here is the actual audio file of the background music that I'm gonna be using. And as you can see in this clip is that there's a couple of different things where I lower the volume when she starts talking in order to make sure that the volume of the music doesn't interfere with her actually speaking. So what I want to do is just play kind of the beginning of the video for you so you can see how far I've come, and then and then you can kind of see what else I need to do. So all I've done so far is the beginning portion up until the point where I need to wait and see how the complaint actually goes. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll go ahead and play this from the beginning and let you kind of take a listen.
I shouldn't have to feel worried when walking home at night. The street should not be so dark that I don't feel safe walking on the sidewalk. At night, it is pitch black on the street, and we need several streetlights to fill in the dark places.
My name is Candace, and I live in the Kono district of Oakland. I've been a resident of Oakland for 7 years, and my work as a real estate broker keeps me local. An ongoing infrastructure concern that I notice in my neighborhood is a lack of proper street lighting. When I walk down the streets, I don't feel safe at night. I have heard of Oak 311, and from my impression, that's where Oakland residents are able to submit complaints and grievances regarding neglect in their local neighborhood. A maintenance request that I would like completed in my area is to install proper lighting. Installing proper lighting would include additional lighting posts and greater illumination on my street. The current lighting environment on my street is poor. It's dim and even dark in some spots.
Okay, so that should give you an idea of kind of the project as far as I've gotten. It's not completed yet because what I'm waiting for is I need to wait for the 311 request. So for example, when we go here, you'll notice that in the interview, I actually documented her answering all the questions. We know what her name was, how long she's lived there, and what keeps her there, right? Her name's Candace, and she's a real estate broker in Oakland. Ongoing infrastructure concern that has to do with the lighting. And she answered if she's heard of 311 in the mission. And so what we're waiting for now is we're waiting for these components right here. So she's called 311 and submitted her complaint. And we're waiting about a month until we get more information about seeing if she was able to receive a successful resolution to her complaint. And after that, I'm going to be documenting her experience when she actually filed a 311 complaint. Was it a perfect experience? Was there some kind of was there any issues when she was kind of making the complaint? Are there any recommendations or changes that she might think would be good for the 311 system? All this information is going to be extremely valuable in making sure that we can capture and we can create a better system for the residents of Oakland. So I hope that that was beneficial with kind of seeing how I kind of set that up. And we're going to be going through this a lot more, but that just kind of gives you a kind of brief understanding. It took me about 30 minutes to kind of put everything on the timeline and kind of develop this. So we'll be doing it more and more, but this is just a quick little update for you all. I hope that it was helpful, and I'll see you guys again here real soon.